Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm Aviation05 and today's video is going to be another 1 to 400 scale model airport update of South Waterloo International Airport. This is a fictional airport I built over a year ago. I worked on it about 2 weeks and used it for a while, took it down and finally put it back up because I have more room. So I'm excited to show you around, show you the planes. I put a lot in today, so I'm hoping that you enjoy it. There will be a lot of models, a lot of action, so without anything else to say, let's get to it. Starting us off, arriving in from Tokyo, Narita, is this Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300, operating as a 900 Neo. And taxiing into the gates is the beautiful United Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the merger livery. This flight is arriving in from San Francisco. Moving on, we have this Alaska SkyWest Embraer 175. This flight has arrived in from Portland in Oregon about 20 minutes ago and will be headed back out there shortly. And to the left of that Alaska is the Air Canada Express CRJ 900. This flight arrived in from Toronto about 45 minutes ago and will be going out to Vancouver in British Columbia. Up next is another Air Canada Express CRJ 900. This one arrived in from Montreal and will be going back out there in about 20 minutes. Moving us along, we have this Volaris Airlines Airbus A320neo with the 100 Avions sticker. This flight will be departing out to Guadalajara. And behind that Volaris is the FedEx feeder Cessna 208B Sky Caravan. This flight will be departing out to Kansas City. After that, about to taxi out to runway 10 left, is the U.S. Air Force C-17 Globemaster, pulling out of its hangar right now, headed out to Camp Springs on the East Coast. And sitting over by the hangar is another FedEx feeder Cessna 208B Sky Caravan getting some routine maintenance done. Moving on, we have this FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter. This aircraft arriving from Memphis and will be departing out to Dublin. On the other side of the cargo parking, we have this Prime Air Boeing 737-800 freighter. This flight arrived in from Cincinnati in Ohio and will be headed back out there in about an hour. Taxiing into the gate, we have the JetBlue Airbus A321 in the streamer's tail. This flight arrived in from Boston Logan and will be departing out to Los Angeles in California. And taxiing to the gate, we have the Frontier Airbus A320neo in the Poppy the Prairie Dog livery. This flight arrived in from Denver, Colorado, and will be departing out to Fort Lauderdale. Speaking of which, arriving in from Fort Lauderdale is this Spirit Airbus A320neo. This flight will be later departing out to Orange County, Santa Ana, John Wayne in California. And currently pushing back for the flight out to London Heathrow is this beautiful British Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner in the flaps down mold. On the end of the terminal is this Iceland Air Boeing 757-200 freighter in the National Geographic's livery. This flight will be departing out to Reykjavik in Iceland. After that, taxiing out for Charlotte is this Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800. This flight arrived earlier in from Baltimore. Moving on to the Alaska gates, starting us off, we have the Alaska Boeing 737 MAX 9. This flight is arriving in from Anchorage and will be headed back out there. And behind that is this Alaska Boeing 737-900ER. This flight is arriving in from San Diego and will be departing out to Boston. Moving down to the end of the gate, we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER arriving in from Santa Ana. This flight will be departing out for Sacramento here in about 40 minutes. Moving on, and our third Delta for the day, we have this Delta Airbus A321neo. This flight is arriving in from Detroit in Michigan and will be departing out to Miami in Florida. On the other side of the terminal, we have the Spirit Airlines Airbus A320 with the fence tips. This flight arrived in from Louisville and will be departing out to Reno. Up next, we have this Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Freedom 1 livery. This flight is arriving in from Dallas Love and will later be departing out to Phoenix. Lastly, for Southwest, we have this Boeing 737 MAX 8. This flight is arriving in from Windsor Locks and will be departing out to Chicago Midway. Moving on, we have on the far end of the terminal this United Boeing 737-900ER. This flight is arriving in from Washington Dulles and will be departing out to Chicago ORD. And moving on to a currently retired plane, if I'm correct, we have this US Airways, probably operated by American Airlines now, but this US Airways is in the Eagles livery. This is an A319. This flight arrived in from Philadelphia and will be departing out to Las Vegas here in about 20 minutes. Continuing on down the American line, we have another American. This is a A321neo. This flight arrived in from Los Angeles in California and will be departing out to Dallas-Fort Worth. After that, this American A321 in the Medal of Honor livery will be pushing back for the flight out to San Antonio in Texas. This aircraft arrived in from Tampa earlier this evening, about an hour and a half ago. And our last aircraft for today is this American Eagle Embraer 175. This flight is arriving in from Washington, D.C. and will be departing out to Providence. That does wrap it up for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps out the channel. And comment and share as well if you are interested. It helps out the community here at my channel page. Commenting helps me know where I need to improve or if there's anything else you guys would like to see. So with anything else to say, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, go ahead and check out my previous videos and shorts to see if there's any others that you enjoy. Bye.